Hi there, this is Kishore from the company Technidius Info Solutions. And now I'm going to demonstrate on-demand taxi dispatching software which makes the fleet management business easy and more handy now. The system comprises smartphone apps for both passenger and driver with a user-friendly admin panel. Okay, let's start the demo now. On your left is the passenger app and on your right is the driver app. And I'm going to log in to the passenger app right now. So first field is the username. So I'm just entering the username. And the second one is password. Okay, I think I have logged in. Okay, let me log into the driver. Initially, I have to enter the code, that is the country code, and the phone number, and the password. Login. So, we are into the apps. I'm going to start with the passenger app on the settings panel. So the first is the username of the customer, the second one is the email ID, and the passenger can have a profile photo as well. And next comes edit profile. So these are some basic information of the passenger with name, email and mobile number. And there is a field for change password, so they can enter the password and change that as well. And next one is a rate card. On the rate card, you can enter the category list, whether it is mini, testing or sedan, whatever the classes, and you can find the base price, an extra charge, and as well as the cancellation fare. And next is the trip history. So open, accepted. Accepted trips are like when the customers have completed the ride, and cancelled trips are the trips which is cancelled by the passenger. And invite friends is like when you invite a friend, and if your friend uses the code, so you will get like some X on your wallet. And the next one is the language. So the application has English and Arabic as well, so you can choose either one language for the passengers. On the next one is logout. So here is the main page. So there's a landing page for the passenger. So you can find the taxi which is nearby, and you can either choose the categories like mini or sedan. You can find two cars nearby. And you have an option for book now or book later. If you want to book now, you can just select the class and directly book now, so the driver will arrive to your location at once. If it is booked later, you can just enter the name and as well as the date and maybe the time. So taxi will be available on the date and time. This is on the passenger, and let me open the driver. On the driver, the settings panel. So settings, you have the username, the email ID, the driver code, and as well as what's the class he has. The next one is profile. So the same information what we have in the passenger, the name, email address and the phone number. The next one is change status. So the driver has facility to change the status of themselves. So if it is ready, then it means that they are ready for the ride. And its operation, in sense, they are on the other ride. So if it is a break, you can change it as off. And the next one is dashboard. On the dashboard, you'll get the trip history according to the day, month and year. And next is a trip request. So this trip request shows the new trips or the old trips and all these informations. So we have a beautiful option called as instant trip. So these features is not available in other other applications. So if a customer needs a taxi on a busy day, then they can just hold their hands on the road and they can stop taxi, and the driver can just start the trip and the source is the customer's location, or the driver's location, and the destination is the place where the passenger needs to go. So this feature is like you can even manage from the backend. And the next one is scheduled trips. Scheduled trips are nothing but if a passenger books a ride later, then it comes under scheduled trips, and you can find the list of scheduled trips on this tab. So the next one is trip history. In trip history, you can find three categories. One is open, accepted, and cancelled. Open are the trip history which is waiting for the drivers to accept or reject. Accepted trip histories are nothing but the trips which is already attended by the drivers. So you can find the name, you can find like location and time and the cost. And the cancelled is like the driver cancelled the trips. So the next one is language. So even drivers have multiple languages. We have English and Arabic as like in the customers app. So you can choose either language. And the next is logout. And of course about us and contact us, that's like CMS pages. So let's start with the ride booking. I'm just making sure whether the status of the driver is ready or operation. It's ready, so it's ready for the ride. So a passenger can view the list of taxis on the class. So if I like to go in sedan class, I can see 2 taxis around me, and mini I have 1 taxi, so I choose sedan. So as I said, we have 2 options like book now and book later. So if it is book now, I have to enter a message to the driver. I'm just entering it as fast. Once a booking request is sent to the driver, automatically the request will be present or available on the driver. Either the trip can be accepted or declined, and it also shows the name of the passenger and the current location of the passenger, along with the time you can see here. So this means that every trip request will have like 1 minute time to accept or reject, and if the time exceeds, the application automatically takes that as request as rejected. I'm going to accept the ride. Once the trip is accepted by the driver, it will be automatically shown for the passenger that the trip has been accepted by the driver. And on the driver app, you can find the location and also as well as the call option, where the driver can directly contact the passenger via GSM call. And either they have 2 options, like whether the driver has arrived to the passenger's location or the trip is cancelled. And on the passenger app, you have the current location and also the name of the driver who has accepted the trip, and as well as the vehicle plate number, so which is given by the driver, and as well as the class of the car. So I'm just giving it as I've arrived to the location. So once this is clicked, automatically there's a message shown to the passenger that the driver has arrived to the current location. Here the driver has 2 options, whether he can start the waiting time or just leave it. So I'm going to start the trip. So once the trip is accepted or started by the driver, it shows on the passenger app as well. So it's a demo, so it cannot take you anywhere for the ride. So it will be on the same place. On the ride, customers can browse, they can find the other options as well. They can minimize the ride, or they can browse something on the settings panel. And I'm going to end the trip. So once the driver ends the trip, automatically the information will be sent to the passenger as well. And once the trip is ended, invoice will be presented on both the passenger and as well as for the driver. So they can find what's the source and what's the destination on either app, and the time taken, and what is the waiting time, and the total cost of the ride. So the driver can make order is completed, and whether the customer have made the payment. So here, the driver can rate the passenger with some reviews or skip that up. So the driver makes the payment, payment type as pay by cash, and he confirms. So once that is confirmed, like the next ratings come for the passenger, sorry. So the passenger can rate the drivers and can give some ratings as well. So once this is done, the ride is completed, and the driver is ready for the next trip, or the passenger is ready to give the next trip. And I believe the demo shows how the app really works. For more information, please log on to www.CroplaTaxi.com. Thanks for watching the video. Bye bye and have a good day.